AI robots should not look like us, says ex-Google Robotics moonshot boss as he explains what he learned at the company. Have you ever wondered why so many people seem obsessed with making robots that look like us? Movies, TV shows, even some tech companies all seem to think that robots should be human-like, almost like they're straight out of a science fiction film. But what if that's the wrong approach? Hans-Peter Brandmo, the former head of Google's ambitious Everyday Robots project, certainly thinks so. Brandmo believes that the future of robots isn't about creating machines that mirror human form and appearance, but rather designing them with pure functionality in mind. And if you think about it, that makes sense, right? Why should a robot look like us if its job is to make our lives easier, not to be our twin? In this video, we're going to unpack what Hans-Peter Brandmo has to say about why robots shouldn't look like humans, and why that could make all the difference in the future of AI-powered robotics. A humanoid future? Elon Musk versus Hans-Peter Brandmo. Before we dive deep into Brandmo's thoughts, let's take a step back and talk about Elon Musk. If there's one thing that Musk is known for, besides electric cars and rocket ships, it's his strong belief in a future filled with humanoid robots. In fact, Tesla is already working on developing a humanoid robot, something that Musk has mentioned on numerous occasions. He envisions a world where robots walk among us, performing daily tasks and even helping us with things like household chores or more advanced work. Musk's vision is bold. He's confident that these robots will be a common sight sooner rather than later. But that's where Brandmo enters the conversation with a very different perspective. Hans-Peter Brandmo, who led Google's Everyday Robots project until its closure in 2023, doesn't share Musk's optimistic timeline. Brandmo has had first-hand experience with the challenges of building robots that can operate in real-world environments. While Musk pushes forward with humanoid designs, Brandmo argues that we're still far away from robots being versatile enough to integrate into everyday life. He believes that building such machines will take a lot longer than Silicon Valley's fast-paced culture seems to think. So, why the differing viewpoints? Well, it turns out that Brandmo learned some key lessons during his time as the CEO of Everyday Robots, and these insights are worth exploring. The realities of building AI-powered robots. Let's talk about what Brandmo and his team were trying to achieve at Google. Everyday Robots was a project rooted in innovation and problem-solving. The idea was to create robots that could help humans with mundane, everyday tasks. The ultimate goal? To have robots that could figure things out on their own using end-to-end learning. In other words, these robots wouldn't need to be spoon-fed instructions for every little thing. They'd be smart enough to learn tasks themselves. Sounds like the dream, right? But as Brandmo learned, dreams don't always become reality so easily. He reflected on his time leading this project in a piece he wrote for Wired, revealing that the biggest challenge wasn't just programming the robots, but teaching them how to function in complex and unpredictable environments. While AI systems today are pretty good at learning from large data sets, robots face an even bigger hurdle. They need far more data to understand and respond effectively to the real world. Think about it. Our world is messy, unpredictable, and full of subtle cues that we humans often take for granted. Teaching a robot to respond to all that is like trying to teach a child not just to walk, but to instantly adapt to new environments, figure out new problems, and make sense of unexpected events. According to Brandmo, reaching that level of sophistication will require many thousands, maybe even millions of robots working and collecting data in all sorts of settings before we see AI models that are truly versatile. That's a long way off from the humanoid robots Elon Musk is talking about. The emotional motivation behind Brandmo's work. It's not just a cold, logical analysis driving Brandmo's outlook on robotics either. His vision for AI robots comes from a deeply personal place. You see, Brandmo's mother suffered from advanced Parkinson's disease. For him, the idea of creating robots that could assist people in their daily lives, especially those with debilitating conditions, wasn't just about tech for tech's sake. It was about making a real positive difference. He often thought about how incredible it would be if robots could help people like his mother with daily tasks, allowing them to maintain a degree of independence. This personal connection fueled his belief in the potential of robotics. But again, Brandmo is practical. He acknowledges that while robots have the power to transform lives, getting there will take time and patience, something Silicon Valley isn't exactly known for. The Silicon Valley problem? Fast results, slow progress. Silicon Valley, for all its groundbreaking innovation, has a bit of a problem when it comes to patience. Investors often want quick results, fast returns, and the next big thing to hit the market as soon as possible. But building AI-powered robots is a slow process. Brandmo pointed out that this push for rapid progress could actually hinder the long-term development of truly capable robots. For instance, developing software can be a relatively quick process, but building hardware, the physical machines that are robots, takes time, resources, and, most importantly, patience. Brandmo worries that without a long-term commitment, the robotics industry may face hurdles as investors lose interest and pull funding before these robots can fully evolve. What's particularly interesting is Brandmo's critique of focusing too much on humanoid robots. Instead of investing in machines that look like us, Brandmo argues that we should prioritize practicality. After all, what matters most is what a robot can do, not what it looks like. Why robots shouldn't look like us. And that brings us to the big question. Why does Brandmo think robots shouldn't look like humans? For starters, he believes that focusing on making robots human-like distracts from the more important goal of functionality. Designing robots to mimic the human body adds unnecessary complexity, especially when we don't even know if humanoid shapes are the best form for assisting us in everyday tasks. Why give a robot legs if it doesn't need to walk? Why give it hands if it can perform tasks more efficiently with a different tool? In fact, Brandmo points out that non-humanoid robots might be more practical in many scenarios. Picture a robot designed specifically to clean homes. Wouldn't it make more sense for that robot to have specialized cleaning tools instead of human-like hands? The same goes for robots assisting in healthcare or factories. Their design should match the task at hand, not our own physical form. The road ahead. Practicality over aesthetics. Brandmo's vision for the future of robotics is refreshingly grounded. He believes that robots will one day play a crucial role in our lives, from helping people with disabilities to taking care of routine chores. But to get there, we need to stop focusing on making robots that look like us, and instead, focus on making robots that work for us. This doesn't mean Brandmo is against humanoid robots entirely. He just thinks we're putting too much emphasis on their appearance rather than their functionality. If we can shift that mindset, he believes we can unlock the full potential of robotics and finally see AI-powered machines integrate into our daily lives. In the end, the question is, do we want robots that look like us but struggle to perform tasks? Or do we want machines that might look a bit odd but are incredibly efficient at making our lives easier? It's a choice between aesthetics and practicality, and Hans-Peter Brandmo believes the future should lean toward the latter. So, while Elon Musk envisions a world where humanoid robots walk among us soon, Hans-Peter Brandmo's approach is more cautious and focused on practicality. His experience leading Google's everyday robots taught him that creating robots capable of navigating the unpredictable real world is no small feat, and it's a goal that will take far more time than many tech leaders anticipate. But one thing is certain: the future of robotics isn't about making robots that look like humans. It's about making robots that help humans. And that might be the key to unlocking a truly revolutionary era of AI-powered machines. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.